Are you ready for one of the most monumental moves in cryptocurrency this week? There are so many macroeconomic factors that are ready to pump the price of BTC, and there's one key level that if we break this, we could be heading to a new all-time high. We're going to break down some very key fundamentals you need to be aware of in this video, so make sure you've hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get into it. As always, everybody, welcome back. Don't forget, turn that notification bell on. You're updated when we go live or bring you our latest content. I want to start with this. I actually tweeted this out earlier on, so make sure you follow me on X. Link is in the description. But a lot of sources are saying right now that China will unban Bitcoin this week. Now, you may say, hold on a minute, 2Bit, which sources? What are you talking about? Well, the reality is, this has been on the cards now for at least a month. We know that Bybit opened up the opportunity for Chinese nationals to get involved, to register with their platform, not necessarily trading, but allowed them to register on their platform. We also know more recently, they have just extradited someone in a $14 billion cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme from their country as well, wiping the slate clean in ready or preparation for the unlocking of cryptocurrency trading under a licensed activity. And China have done this. I think they've banned it about 6 times and unlocked it about as many. And whenever the price of Bitcoin goes up, or there is an inkling that we are going to see a significant rally, then China tends to come to the market to allow its government and many others to buy Bitcoin. So this is going to be one key thing to keep our eyes peeled on this week. And certainly if China does unban, and bear in mind, we know that Russia is coming, generally speaking, around that September 10th, September 18th mark, in line potentially with FOMC. And I've talked about September, if you haven't seen that, go and check some of my videos out, as being a big month. Well, this could be the aperitif, as it were, the point in which the market starts to really move to the upside. So keep an eye on China coming this week. Now, there is also some very interesting builds going on right now, which is another indication that the market's starting to grow. We've seen a significant amount of open interest across a number of exchanges. For example, Binance here sitting with over $17 billion of open interest. I actually talked about Toncoin in my previous video, and the fact that we saw this dump, $300 million of open interest coming to the market as people try to take the opportunity that is put in front of them. And the market is relatively volatile right now. We have actually seen us rally post that FOMC meeting back up to 64,000. There could be a retest of 65k in the next hour. We'll see what happens as some of the Asian markets open up. But just look at that open interest. People looking to trade a futures position. 17.01 billion. Look at OKX at 5.8 billion. Crypto.com, DYDX, BitGet, many others with huge amounts of open interest. People looking to really give that opportunity. And I think what's more interesting is when you start to look in some of these wallets, we're actually seeing some big players in the space moving significant amounts of Bitcoin. Just as an example, Coinbase Prime here moving over $5 million into Cash App. You can see it just behind my camera, as well as many other transactions in the millions as well. Cooper Deposits there taking $6 million worth of Bitcoin. And again, we see some significant amounts moving. And this isn't just them. We're seeing it with lots of market makers. You know that we track a lot of the market makers here on the channel. So we kind of see what's going on. We get to it first. We understand what they're doing. And again, allows us to make a better play given what the market sentiment is. Wintermule is a very interesting one as well. And again, we see them starting to move significant amounts of USDC and USDT around. Is that in preparation for what's coming? Is that getting ready to get a purchase in? As an example here, you can see over $6 million moved out of their account into a Binance hot wallet of USDT. Is that ready to purchase some more cryptocurrency, leverage some interesting movements? So keep your eyes on the open interest and some of these market makers getting ready. Just as an example right now, Bitcoin price looking to retest 65k. That's a 1% move, and that's come in the last hour or so. Very interesting indeed. Also worthwhile noting the Bitcoin risk index. How do people feel about Bitcoin right now? Is this a moment to be buying? Is this a moment that we should be selling? And I think what's really interesting to note on here is whenever we see moments of high risk or people are concerned, the price comes down. When we see low risk, the price tends to go up. Well, think about where we sit right now. The Fed have come out and said we're going to reduce rates, and ultimately, therefore, the risk is lowering. There's an absolute expectation that that interest rates are going to come down. The Fed could even go 50%. We talked about that in my previous video, which would be incredibly good for markets. And more importantly, we are not in a recession. So rate cuts, not in a recession generally is a bullish sentiment when it comes to crypto. So lots of positive news. And again, just looking at this price action, I'm going to jump here really quickly. We see a very good move, still within trading is the range. We're just retesting 65,000. This could be a key moment. But what's important is over the weekend, we held here on the 100-day simple moving average. We got that bullish cross down here as well. So this is all positive news. And I think what's even more interesting is the fact we held this price range. Now, if you were to look at a Fibonacci, and we've talked about this a number of times, we held the 0.5 Fibonacci at 64,100 before we now start to push. So it does feel, in my opinion, like we are setting up for a very big week in cryptocurrency. And if China come into the market, the rumor mill is it's a $10 trillion potential, which would be absolutely wild. Huge money could be flowing into the market. Remember, this is all about stabilizing their economy, dealing with their debt. And that is why we're seeing the Chinese National Party or the Chinese government looking to take up that position. So keep your eye on what's going on in the market. It's going to be wild this week. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think we are going to be on the way up? Is this a big push, or do you think it's a little bit of a fake out? Drop it down below. Always interested to get your thoughts and your views on what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.